welcome to the BESL Pro Season 1. My name is Dirk Danger, and together with me is Cookie, and we are in the week 7. We're in the week 7 out of 9 weeks, at the end of which we're going to have a top 4 teams at the LAN playing versus each other. And if you want to attend the LAN, today is the last day for the early bird tickets, so don't miss that opportunity to get them the cheapest they will be. The link should be in the description below.
Yeah, and as you said that, we can just go on forward to the schedule to see how this week is going to pan out.
So, well, for today, we'll have 2 matchups. First one's going to be Falcon eSports versus Vegan Unifor, and afterwards, Public Enemy versus Iron Wolves. Now, on Wednesday, we'll have only 1 match, which is going to be Keep Yourself Alive versus Team Solo Mata.
Yeah, and on Friday, we'll have Team Conflict Gaming versus Surreal Gaming, so the 2 Latvian teams going to fight it out. And NACO versus Imants 5 as the last match of the week. And the predictions, what I would say, the fast predictions for the week is Imants 5 2-0, Team Conflict Gaming 2-0, Team Solo Mata 2-0, Public Enemy versus Iron Wolves. There's one thing that we're going to say, as Public Enemy and Iron Wolves won't be able to make it for the first game, so Public Enemy are going to insta-win that one, so most likely a 1-1 and a 2-0 for Falcon eSports against Vegan Unifor.
And well, going into week 7, let's just check the standings. Since it's the first day, let's see how the teams performed in the previous weeks. And for the first place, we got 2 teams. We get 2 teams, Iron Wolves versus Public Enemy, which will meet today later. Yeah. And since Public Enemy already has 1 free win, or maybe Iron Wolves will be on time, who knows?
Yeah, who knows, could be,
yeah.
Could be.
So they will either stay tied for the first place, or one of them will go victorious and will take the steady first place. Now, at the third, we get Imantis 5 uncontested, 4th place Falcon eSports uncontested. Now, this is the week they can really try to cement their place in the top 4. And closing out, well, we got quite a tie there. 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th place is Keep Yourself Alive, Team Solo Mata, Team Coinflip Gaming, and Vegan Unifor.
Yeah, and the 9th place is NACL, and Surreal Gaming are the 10th place. So yeah, Surreal Gaming still looking to get their first wins in the season. I think they had a lot of roster changes, if I'm not mistaken, so they might have the 7-week revamp of the roster to try and get some wins.
And well, for the first match, Falcon eSports versus Vegan Unifor.
Yeah, for Vegan Unifor we have actually Yoft in the top lane now. We have Chofilo in the jungle, Raske Karistai in mid lane, Garu in the ADC spot, and Inafu in the support.
And Falcon eSports is fielded by Acidy in the top lane, Telgen in the jungle, Arlight on mid lane, and Dady and Infrix on bot lane. Yeah, last week we had like Vegan Unifor played their first games with Yoft, and that was versus Bantus 5, which is a pretty strong team. And they went 1-1, and both games were pretty convincing. Well, both teams just snowballed their leads. Now, let's see if Vegan Unifor can take an upset, if we can call it that, and take 1 or maybe both games for Falcon eSports, since we saw that if they can get an early lead, they know how to snowball it.
Yeah, they really know how to play their advantages. And I would say that Falcon eSports and Vegan Unifor both have the similar type of play, where they don't try to play really early game, try to like smash early game and snowball the game from there. They more like to play the mid-late games, and if they just get the lead, then they know how to finish off the game really fast.
And well, at the start of the season, we saw that Raske Karistai was the shining star of the team, but then the last few weeks, the bot lane really stepped up and are going for some real plays, especially Inafu.
Yeah, Nafu has been crazy on the Thresh, and also the Morgana with the flash Qs right when they hit level 2. So, I'm really happy to see, or hyped to see, I would say, what they will be able to do against Deity and Infex. And yeah, I'm just really interested to see how this one is going to go out.
And well, for the rest of the matchups, what do you think? How is top going to go?
Well, I will give it to Asadi, as Asadi has been playing top lane for all of his time, while Yoft has been mainly a jungle player, and just now has went to top lane. So I don't think he has the experience, and Asadi has a lot of experience. So I think it's going to go to Asadi, and then in the jungle, I think it's pretty similar. The players, the ranks don't look like that. The ranks don't look like that, but everybody can say that they are pretty similar players skill-wise. In the mid lane, I think that both of the players are also similar.
They play similar champions as well.
And the bot lane, I think that Vegan Unit 4's bot lane is more aggressive, while Falcon eSports likes to more farm it out. But if they get the kills, then if they get the chance to get a kill, then they go for it.
Ever since the switch up for jungle at Falcon eSports, their whole early game has revolved around the jungler. Wherever jungler goes, team follows, and he's basically like the ringleader and just leading everyone to their victories.
Yeah, he kind of has a game plan when he goes in as what he wants to do, which lanes he wants to punish, or which lanes he just wants to leave alone and do nothing, or if he just wants to go and fight enemy jungler and not let him gank. Usually he has a plan that he follows through, and sometimes it works out. Most of the time it works out, as we have seen. Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, Chafilo, on the other hand, the start was pretty slow for him the first couple of weeks. Then he really stepped up and went for like 1v9 plays, 1v9 games. He had a couple of those in Italy. And I would like to see, it's like a style matchup here, because Telgen really likes the Trundle, really likes the beefy skirmishing champions, while Chafilo goes for those aggressive early games.
Yeah, Telgen is more of like those Jax, Trundle type of player, but Chafilo likes to go with the Kha'Zix, then Italy. So it just depends on what the champions will be able to do. As if Chafilo won't be able to put out a lot of pressure in the early game, I think then they will kind of fall behind a bit, as the skirmishing types usually have a bit better with mid game.
Yeah, and well, it seems like that we are already ready to start the champs, like almost.
Almost. Someone was not ready. They teased us, but they should be back soon, and the game should start. My predictions is 2-0, but I don't think that it's going to be a really big stomp. I believe it's going to be something like we saw Team Liquid versus Cloud9, where they 3-0'd Cloud9, right? But the games were so close, where one decision basically made the game, and I think that this is going to be kind of similar.
And going into the champion select, Falcon eSports is on the blue side for the first game. So what do you think? What will be the main bans in this one?
Well, I kind of think that they're going to ban out something like some Raskarstai's comfort picks, something like Cassiopeia, something like that. They could ban out maybe something from Inafu, but I'm not sure. And maybe Chafilo. They have like 3 targets, I think, that they would want to prioritize. As Yoft isn't really, they wouldn't want to prioritize him, as he doesn't have too much experience.
And so far we see Thresh Rek'Sai banned from Falcon eSports. That's been like, we've seen almost every game Rek'Sai banned versus Chafilo. And Thresh for Inafu now. Vegan Unit 4 decided to just ban out the top lane, because their top lane, as you mentioned, is the new one on the roll. Now, maybe the third ban, for a second I thought it could be like the Ilawi, but Swain is just Swain right now.
Yeah, and Kai is the first pick, so Deity one, or maybe Telgen. Telgen wants to pick that up for themselves. Most likely Deity, as it doesn't fit in Telgen's style, but you never know. And Ornn Braum picked up, so
already a strong front line for Vegan Unit 4. And it's going to be hard for this Kai'Sa in whichever role to actually deal damage, because Kai'Sa is a relatively short-ranged champion. And yeah, I would say that Alistar is one of the best picks with her.
Yeah, and they do pick that up. So they have got, quite engaged right now with the Wistar pick, and some all-in potential on bot lane. But I think Braum is really good against the Wistar, especially in those 2v2s. The passive proc from Braum is so strong, especially in the early levels. It's like a complete spell if you want to think about it that way. And the Cyan hover to play against Ornn.
Or maybe that's Cyan mid, who knows?
Yeah,
Cyan mid has been pretty popular. And well, Trundle picked up for Chafilo, so that's a pick away from Telgen.
Yeah. So they went, yeah, Trundle is one of those picks that kind of counters Olaf. So a good pickup from them. They don't have to ban the Olaf now as they have a counter. And the Telgen's Champo is a bit limited more. Maybe he will go for the Jax is still open, so he could go with that. Or maybe we'll see something new from him.
Yeah, well, I really like the Trundle up against the Cyan because in mid and late game, everything Cyan offers is the beefiness and CC. And if you take that away with Trundle, there's just there's nothing left of Cyan. And well, for the second phase, we see mid lane bans. We see Vladimir Zoe coming from VU4 side and Talia, and possibly the last one should also be something in mid lane.
Or they could ban out
the Caitlyn.
The Caitlyn, yeah.
But
or
Garu isn't like a Caitlyn
Ezreal or MF. We saw MF, but Azir is banned out. So 4 mid lane bans in the second phase, and together we could say that it's 6 if we call Swain a mid laner, as he's mostly played there.
Yeah, and if we count Zoe as a mid laner.
Yeah, if we count Zoe as a mid laner as well. Caitlyn is going to be the pickup for Garu in the bot lane.
And well, I really like that. I think that Caitlyn's probably the best pickup up against Kaiser. However, when paired with Alistar, they're a pretty threatening combo together. That's why I think that Kaiser should be played only with engaged supports.
Yeah, and but a really strong composition already from VU4. What I can see is that they have a lot of control in teamfights. The Braum shield, the Trundle's pillar, Ornn ultimate, and his Q, and that's a lot of terrain that you can build. So a lot of peel already for the Caitlyn. So if they can pick up some carry type mid laner as well, then they will have a pretty good team fighty composition already.
And well, if I did not know the team, I would suspect that that is Public Enemy's team comp, more or less, since yeah, well, at least for the previous weeks.
Yeah.
Now they've picked up more aggressive champions and stuff.
And we have Karma in the mid lane picked up for our white, so
yeah, Karma picked up. It's a pretty strong laner, strong up until the mid game, and afterwards she can just speed up all the team and be useful regardless of what happens.
And Raske Karistan on his Zerath, so we'll see him finally again pick that up. He had a really good game against Iron Wolves, I think, with the Zerath, so can't wait to see what he will be able to do this game. Both of the mid laners have this pokey style, but Karma will most likely be a bit more of a supportive one, as Raske Karistan with the Zerath should be able to do more poke.
And yeah, well, for the early and mid game, I would say that it's pretty equal, but yeah, Karma falls off, but she'll be able to support her team. Maybe go for Athene's plus Ardent Sensor to just buff up the Jax and the Kai'Sa. And yeah, while the players are loading in, we're going to take a short break, after which the first game between Falcon eSports and VU4 will take place. And we are in the game between Falcon eSports versus Vegan Unit 4. And well, what do you think? Are we going to see, will one of these teams be the ones that break the only TSM invades?
Well, if someone does, then there should be Vegan Unit 4, as they have the Braum, they have a really good level 1. So if they do go for it, then they should be the ones that started. But yeah, as we can already see, nobody's going to try anything too fishy. Lady as well, playing it safe, doesn't want to get too much damage in the early game so that he doesn't have to back up to base. But Teogan is going to start on the bot side. So both junglers are going to start on bot side. None of the bot lanes will get the lead at the start. So pretty good for them. I would say better for Falcon eSports, as if Caitlyn gets a lead, doesn't have to leash, and Kai'Sa would have, then it would have been really hard for them.
And yeah, well, it's going to be pretty hard on the Kai'Sa as well, at least till like level 6, because after level 6, I feel like there could be a lot of outplay potential from Kai'Sa and Alistar.
Yeah, and they need level 3 would be when they would want to, I guess, go for the L. And well, if they get level 2 first, then that's going to be the trigger for them. But if level 3 is going to be, I guess, the time that they really try and start 2v2ing.
And yeah, if for example Infrex can proc like 2 CCs on the Caitlyn, like the combo, I don't know if the headbutt counts as CC, but if it does, it's pretty bunkers. But I think that's one thing I need to make sure of, because if Alistar can like proc 3 Kai'Sa's passives, well, not proc, but yeah, make 3 Kai'Sa's passives out of 5, then Kai'Sa just needs to press W and they can go for 2 passives. It's like too much damage for anyone to handle.
Yeah, and especially when Kai'Sa will get some items and she'll be able to burst. If like we could see some crazy stuff where Kai'Sa goes into just one-shot Zeroth if she lands a W.
So. And what do you think? Which item build will Deity go for? Will it be like the Essence Reaver plus Shiv and the old one, or maybe the latest item build, which is like Death's Dance into Nashor's?
I think Death's Dance into Nashor's, but I'm not sure. But I think most of the people, ADCs, are going that build on Kai'Sa now. It's pretty safe. You have a good enough vibe steal, plus you can't be one-shotted almost, and yeah, you get all the 3 upgrades really fast. So I think that's the best build right now, in my opinion.
And well, what do you think? Will Teogan be able to punish Yaft enough? Because it's pretty hard versus early game Ornn to do something.
I think that this game they won't really go for Ornn, as yeah, it's really hard to do something against Ornn, but I think Teogan is going to try and do harass Chuffywall as much as he can, and just try and deny him ganks. As I believe that Jax has a better 1v1.
Well, that's the question I want to ask you. Can like Jax even 1v1 the Trundle?
I think that he can. Well, it's going to be a skill kind of type where Jax has to do the outplay if he can use the dodge right.
Yeah, but like at any point, Trundle can like disrupt the Q, the jump with his pillar. So it's like
oh yeah, it's going to be a big cancel.
Yeah, it's a skill matchup both ways. And we are back into the game, both junglers starting bot side. And well, let's see top lane. We haven't seen these 2 champions like matched up versus each other for a while. It used to be like the only matchup on top.
Yeah, but this time they have been everyone has gone with those like carry type champions, more going with the Conqueror mastery and trying to just win the lane as hard as they can.
And bot lane already pushing in for Vegan Unit 4. Garu harassing Deity already. So yeah, this is only the beginning. As Caitlyn gets levels and skills, it's only going to get harder.
Yeah, but Teogan is a bit quicker to declare, as Chuffywall went for the full clear, but Teogan did not pick up his Krugs. But he could, yeah, well, maybe Chuffywall won't pick up his Krugs as well.
Well, let's see. Now, we saw that Raskikar went for some early vision. Now, they know where Jax isn't. Will they be able to deduct where Jax is? That's going to cost them the early game. And Yaft already pretty overextended at the midpoint of the lane. And yeah, Jax gets seen, so Chafilo will just maybe try to smite it. And he doesn't even smite it. And well, that's one tilted Telgin over there.
Yeah, but yeah, he didn't want to use smite, and Telgin would just go for the invade and try to pick away the red buff. Chafilo red.
And well, they will find each other now. Chafilo needs to run away. And well, Telgin has the counter strike, stuns Chafilo, and Chafilo flashes. Telgin flashes afterwards, and first blood goes to Telgin. Now Yaft will just dash away from trouble, and yet first blood for Falcon eSports.
Yeah, Chafilo kind of was a bit too impatient there. If he would have, well, he kind of read the situation right, but the teammates couldn't react to it, or well, Yaft could, but he didn't want to, as I didn't really know if Telgin is going there. And then Chafilo, I guess, wanted to check if Telgin is coming so that he can say that, yeah, guys, you should come help. And then they would have roamed, but yeah, that Telgin just was there in the bush already, and Chafilo was caught by surprise.
And botline pretty even, actually. 2 CS lead for the Kaiser. Now it's pretty hard to poke someone down with when the person has like Doran's shield plus Alistar. So maybe it will not work as intended, but in the later game, mid-game, Caitlyn will be just a safe damage dealer.
And of course she has a lot of wave core as well, so I think that's something that a lot of guys, Vegan Unit 4 like, is having a lot of wave core on their champions, just so that they could start the game if they do fall behind. But yeah, but all of the Acid actually forced out Yoft out of lane, so Yoft does not have his TP now. So if Falcon eSports can make a play, then they could try and punish that.
And yeah, pretty much all the lanes except for the bot lane are falling behind slowly. They will have stronger item spikes, but that's about it. And going even as Caitlyn is not the perfect scenario for you, but with Braum they can just chill and yeah, wait for mid game to happen.
Yeah, and mid game is basically where Vegan Unit 4 excel. I would have liked if, I guess, Inafu would have picked up something more aggressive, or I think the Morgana was open, right?
It was open.
Yeah, so maybe they should have just went with the Morgana Kaelin combo, but then again, they, I guess, didn't want to give Braum away, so that they wouldn't have the shield against Orange ultimate.
And well, on top lane, Astidy used his TP as well, and Yapt is not having a good time over there.
Yeah, it has
Telgin coming top again, so maybe looking for a dive. Yapt does have the flash though.
Yeah, but...
and well, Yapt in trouble. Will have to flash away, does not make it. Astidy with the unstoppable onslaught, and just chain CC from Astidy and Telgin to secure the kill.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole wave cancelled for them. Astidy is going to try and deal a lot of... oh, so both of them just want to pick up the turret, I guess. As Infix is roaming to mid, but Raskikar was able to flash fast enough, so the headbutt does not work out as they wanted it to do. So unlucky from Falcon eSports, but a nice roam from Infix. That is going to be a lane that they can now revisit. The Telgin could try and dive, as yeah, Zerth, it's not one of the mobile champions.
And yeah, well, so far early game going as intended for Falcon eSports. And yeah, Cookie with a smile, like, yeah, as intended, like everything's going according to the plan. And yeah, Telgin already 1v1'd the Trundle, and he's going in for the second time. Both of the junglers do not have the flash. Chafilo has to smite away the Krugs to keep himself safe.
Yeah, and Astidy would use the E over the wall to help Telgin slow the Trundle a bit. And Telgin now has full reign over the jungle, I would say. But Infix has completely left Deity alone on bot lane and is looking for some roams, but will not find anything right now. And Deity will just have to farm under the turret.
Well, but it's not the worst thing for him to do if he does not get dived, because yeah, VU4 is going to R6 while DT is still 5.
Yeah, they could try and... I think they should have just went for the dive.
They didn't know where Infrix was. Maybe they did because they saw him recall. And well, Chafilo going in for Arlight. Zerath ult from Raski Karistaya coming in. And yeah, they get to kill on Arlight.
Yeah, the snipe with the ultimate kills him. And yeah, he just ran into Chaffee as he wanted to roam bot lane, help out JT, and not so that he wouldn't get even.
And well, for this, VU4 will get the Infernal Drake, which is super good for them since they have Zerath and Caitlyn, which like raw ID.
And scale.
Yeah, they like scale, and for Caitlyn she buys 2 zeal items, so any extra AD is welcome for her. And Zerath, yeah, even more damage for him. At the same time, Ornn will not fall off that fast. He will have like extra 2 minutes of his reign, but he's not having a reign in the first place, so maybe it will help him after he finishes his Abyssal Mask.
Yeah, and here we can already see that when VU4 get an advantage, they know how to get even bigger advantages from that. They killed Arlight. Because of that, they can went to the Drake, picked up that, and now they have to just stay safe as they can. Maybe Chaffee should try and help out bot lane, or yeah, just try and maybe dive them.
And AT going for that Essence Reaver build, so will have a lot of AD under his belt. His Q will deal a lot of damage, but he will not be as tanky as with Dead Stance.
Yeah, and they will be able to one-shot him if Chaffee lands CC on him, or the ultimate, or
and Ornn ultimate on top. Acid in trouble, still has the flash and the ultimate though. The ult not used yet, and Acid will just run away. Yeah, didn't even break a sweat.
I think if Yoft would have went a bit deeper, then Acid would have tried the all-in.
And well, we can see Yoft not with the Unsealed Spellbook, so maybe that's the reason why he didn't have the lane pressure, didn't have the ignite, but I actually don't know this matchup. Maybe that's how it should be played. Yeah, and well, fight, this is with Telgen 1v3 there. Arlight's coming in to help teleport from Acid. He comes in. And well, it's going to be a big Scion ult. Will that connect? And it does onto 2 members. Double knockup as well, and Inafu comes in with the ultimate. But yeah, 2 for nothing for Falcon eSports.
Yeah, and just a quick play from them, and already because Telgen got the...
And now they will dive the bot lane. Again, double knockup from Acid, and there's just nowhere for Garu and Inafu to run.
Yeah, but Infrex took 1 kill. Oh no, yeah, Infrex took 1 kill for himself. They are going to try and rush the first bot turret against Yoft, and I think they can do it.
Yoft is not even close.
Yeah, he does not have any minions to help him out, and they are going to split the gold on 3 people.
And yeah, that's the big difference. Yoft did not have the teleport. He used it to get back to lane, and Ashley just capitalized on that situation.
Yeah, and Arlight now looking, and Yoft failed this flash. Arlight could go for the kill. He is trying to.
Will Arlight have the damage?
He does. Well, he could have, if he had another ult Q, then he could have maybe killed him.
Well, Yoft would have had like his W back, so Arlight went for the safe play, not like didn't want to risk using his flash or something.
Yeah, they are 4k gold ahead, so they no need to risk now. They are going to swap bot lane. Oh no, bot lane is going to go mid lane now, and they're going to send Arlight solo top lane against the VU4's bot lane.
And Raski Karistaya has to be careful as he is pretty easily diveable.
Yeah, he does have flash, but the flash from Raptors to lane and the knockup or the combo from outside could be enough to just CC him enough for Deity to finish him off.
But as you say, that Deity and Infrix goes to top lane, yeah. So maybe that will go later.
And now Chaffee was top lane, so they might have. He was standing on the pink ward so that if Danny and Inflex are going to go ward the Trebuch, then they could have tried an engage. But now Inafu is going to go ward.
And Inafu might get caught out here. And well, the combo comes in from the Alistar. Inafu jumps to Caitlyn and gets out live, but a little bit poked.
Yeah. Telgen now is on the bot side, so they could try and go for a kill here.
And Chaffee picks up the pink ward. The mantra Q will not land from Arlight, and yeah, fighting for the vision pretty confidently.
Yeah, Telgen just going together with Inflex, both of them getting some deep vision around. Could try and go for the.
And they are all just pushed in the turret, but it's going to be a 3v4. So they got to be careful. Zerd coming in with the ultimate pretty soon as well. Now Deity with the ultimate in and gets the kill on Acidy. Now Deity will fall for this. Zerd ult doesn't have the range to follow up the situation. Now Raski Karastai in trouble. Tailgun jumps in and gets the kill. Tailgun with 4 kills already. Infrix will not have the stun enough with another kill. Now Garu is left 1v2 there.
Yeah, and he is trying to deal as much damage to them as he can.
But he will probably get died here.
Yeah,
when
they could try
Telgen's cooldowns come back up.
Yeah,
or maybe they won't. No minions there.
Yeah, but pretty unneeded play from Deity, going in for the kill there, as he flashed healed for that one, and that was a lot of, I think, unnecessary. As yeah, he used both of his summoners there. He used his ultimate to go in, and he picked up a kill that doesn't give too much gold right now, as Chaffel was 0-2 then. Now he's 0-3. So I would say that was worth.
Yeah, but you know, if you've played Kaiser, when you can't go in, you won't go in. It's like this Wayne syndrome all over again.
And syndrome.
The Lee syndrome as well. But with Wayne, you always want to make plays. Kaiser is almost the same as that. Kaiser is like combination of every playmaking ADC out there.
Yeah, she is kind of like this assassin. Because of the Q damage, if she lands the W, ults in, Qs, and you're almost dead. And we're back into the game.
We're back into the game. It seemed like Inafu or Infrex had like one of the supports had
Infrex
had connection issues. Now he's back up, and yeah, if and Bugsbut's coming in. Now, if Falcon eSports keep up this play, keep up the dives, like it was a pretty ballsy dive, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were outnumbered at the start. So if they keep this up and do not mess up at any times, I think that they will have enough to close out the game. But if Raski Karastar or Garo gets a couple of kills, then it's going to be rough.
Yeah, and right now, only Raski has 1 kill as he sniped Arlight a bit earlier. But right now, 9-3. Falcon eSports feeling pretty great about that.
Well, Inafu pretty strong right now.
Yeah, Inafu.
With the 2 kills on the Braum.
It's pretty tanky.
Yeah.
Has the Mercurial thread, so he can just run through CC.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he is just tanky or is he too tanky.
And we have another pause, so the players have some issues there.
And yeah, well, interesting this time. Pause coming in for Inafu.
Okay, so what happened to Inafu?
These pauses, I don't know. Something happened due to these pauses to his computer.
Okay.
Now, that happens with technology. You can never know. One thing happens. That's why it's so hard to clean up the bugs, especially in League of Legends.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why we don't see Mordekaiser that played too many bugs.
But sometimes the bugs could be effective.
Yeah.
And then you have to remake the game because of the bugs. I remember, I think it was the finals where TSM played against CLG, and there was a bug with Aurelion Sol, so that they couldn't play Aurelion Sol, And yeah.
That has happened like 3 times for TSM specifically. Maybe they didn't know how to play versus Aurelion, so. But now on TSM they got always, so he can play the Aurelion solo himself. Everything's all right.
Yeah, but Deity and Deity's mid lane, while Infix is helping out Acidy. So they're just trying to give Deity and Arlight all the free farm and free XP, not sharing with anyone, so that they would be as ahead as they can be.
I think that they just didn't have the windows to switch the lanes. They will do that once it's free to do that, because top lane was pushed in. They don't want to feed the minions to the turret, same in the mid lane. I suspect this wave to be pushed in, maybe a bit of damage on the turret, and then Deity and Infrix should go top.
But Garu and Inafu are roaming mid lane, so they could just stay. But yeah, Telgen
Or no, yeah, Arlight goes top. He has the teleport.
Yeah, Telgen did pick up the Mountain Drake, a solo. So now it's an Infernal Drake, which is a Mountain Drake, which is going to be stronger.
Probably the Infernal Drake.
Yeah, probably, but.
But yeah, they got a pretty fast Baron with Jax and Kaiser, especially if Arlight goes for the Ardent Sensor.
Yeah, and I think Fnatic were the ones that played Carmen against G2, so might be that is where they might have got their like inspiration from.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Fnatic played Sion mid, so.
Oh yeah, right.
I think
maybe we'll see Sion mid next game. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Because for that series, Caps was Claps.
Claps, yeah. Telgen now going for the solo Herald, so he is just trying to get all the objectives he can. But doesn't seem like Vegan Unit 4 want that to happen.
They are pretty hesitant of running in.
Yeah, because Acid is here, but Yoft is not.
Yeah, it might just be a free Herald for Falcon eSports. And it is.
And it is.
And it is.
Kalen now going top lane, so yeah, they're just going to keep the 1-3-1 going. Asti has his first item, the Banner of Command, so.
So does Yoft. Going for the. And well, the Herald's not going to get cancelled.
Inafu was
Emotes
just too
coming
hesitant.
back and forth.
Yeah, Inafu was too hesitant. He just had to go for it as he could, when he could.
Well, they will not break the mid lane with this one, and well, that's pretty rough because Ornod comes in, double knock up on Infrix and Acidy. Now Acidy will return the favor. Raskikers tries to snipe down Deity. He completely zoned him out of the fight.
Yeah, but a 3-man knockup from Infix, so pretty highlight reel way. Tried to survive there. The both of them tried to survive there, but unlucky. Happens.
And it was pretty.
A real good catch-all from Big New 4s.
Yeah, and since it's pretty big that their mid lane tier 1 stayed alive, it's pretty low. Well, it's really low, so maybe Falcon eSports will just tank it. But yeah, versus Zerat, you really want to get the tier 1. And Acidy flashed in front of the ace in the hole and keeps Deity alive.
The MVP.
Deity even killed that.
Hero. Yeah, the silent hero that no one talks about. So maybe we'll see that in the highlight reel. The epic save.
Well, Telgen with 5-0 already got the Cinderhawk and Trinity Force, so he's pretty happy about that. Now Falcon eSports will just pick up the mid lane. And yeah, after this fight, Caitlyn finally has her first item. Zerat is looking for the second one already. And
Yoft got up, but yeah.
It's up to Falcon eSports to close this out as soon as possible.
Yeah, if the game goes longer, then it is going to kind of go into being in the fourth side, but they still have Kai together with Karma, so it's going to be which will be able to carry more Deity with assist from his team, or Garu and Raskar stay with the PO from their team.
And yeah, well, late game Karma's shield is nothing to scoff at. It's like
almost the same amount as the health.
It can almost negate the whole Zerath Q, so that's pretty big. Plus Kaiser has the shield from her ultimate, so maybe she'll just be...
And overheal.
Yeah, maybe she'll just be too tanky to be killed in these fights. But one bad move and the game's over.
Yeah.
So that's why it's pretty fun to play Kai'Sa. It's up to you to carry the game. Now the AT will pick up the red buff. And well, Falcon eSports got all the 3 tier 1s. Wow. Big Unit 4 still has the top lane to pick up, but they will not be able to do it in the closest future.
Yeah, and all the teams. And now they are sending the blue buff away from Raska Karstaya, so he won't be able to have that for himself, going to affect his wave core a bit. And the 131 still coming in strong, just trying to get everything they can, trying to get all the farm they can, all the XP they can, so that both Deity and Arwhite would have the XP advantage.
And already Drake, well, not Drake, but Baron spawned. In 45, we'll have the Cloud Drake. Not the most beneficial Drake in this case.
Well, but kind of like Arwhite and Deity would like it.
It's not bad, but if it'd be like another Mountain Drake, then Falcon eSports could really pressure the Baron. They already can pressure the Baron since Ornn has trouble with clearing the bannered up minion.
Yeah, but the Falcon eSports going for an invade. They are going to catch out Choppy Wall, and he's going to fall. Nobody is going to fall from Falcon eSports, so that is going to be the Baron, most likely as the jungler, is dead. Actually, also use his TP, so he's there to tank the tank Baron.
Yaf tried to interrupt it with his ultimate, but was not fast enough.
And yeah, Falcon eSports just with the Karma ult shield were able to run in so fast.
Now will Raske get the steal? Ooh, and he does not. Now it would be pretty interesting stealing that blind, or maybe it wasn't blind, they still had the vision from that ward they put in, but yeah. And we can see Arlight going for the Ardent Sensor is really going to benefit his team. Deity, with his 2 items, got the Q upgrade by now, and is looking to upgrade the T right now.
Yeah, Falcon eSports have had a really good early game. It's for Vegan Unit 4. Chaffewell has to kind of clean up his play a bit, try and not get cat out so much. They don't have too much words, so I don't know how. Yeah, they should play around. They should get more vision around. Chaffewell in enough should both of them should just become these ward bots for the team, and try and get as much vision in their jungle as they can.
And Acidy will have a better time clearing out the banner up minions than Yaft, and that already shows us he's been constantly able to push in his lane. And
Telgen now pushing in, picking up the Krugs so that they want to pick up the top 1 turret, but Deity and Infex respecting Roskakar.
And well, they're going in as a unit. And well, Vegan Foe is going to catch out Telgen. Telgen's pretty tanky with his ultimate. Now Counter-Strike comes in, but will not be able to, it's not enough for him to survive.
Yep,
and Garu picks up the kill.
But they had to use so much resources just to pick up 1 kill, and Acidy meanwhile was just able to split push bottom and pick up a turret there.
Yeah, with the banner of command plus the Baron buff.
Yeah, and it's really hard for Vegan Unit 4 to make plays that are really beneficial.
And well, Acidy has to flash away. Will he get caught out? He uses Unstoppable Onslaught to just run away.
Yeah, so no problem for him. Infex and Deity are kind of looking to try and go on Traskakar's stab, but haven't found the chance yet.
And it looks like that Falcon eSports are just faster. Well, they're moving faster than a Vegan Foe can react to their plays, and all of their turrets are slowly getting chunked down.
Yeah, now Deity and Infex almost picked up the top 1 turret.
Deity connects, his W is looking. Well,
was looking for the all in.
It seemed like that he wanted to jump in. He stood like that. He thought about it, all the possibilities, and probably Infrex said like no.
But Telgen is going to try and pick up the second Drake for his team. I think that actually if Falcon eSports left the Drake alive, that it would benefit them more, as that would be one objective that they wouldn't have to really worry about on the map if Vegan Unit 4 wanted to go for it, and they could just go for the other ones.
But maybe they are looking to go for the Elder Drake, and in that scenario they want to pick up. They already have the lead. They want to have the 3 Drakes. The next one's going to be Infernal Drake. So I suspect if Falcon eSports do not finish the game till then, which is going to be pretty hard as the Baron buff will time out pretty soon, that's going to be the crucial fight of the game in 6 minutes.
Yeah, but Falcon eSports looking for an engage here. They VU4 were in a choke point, so that's something that they don't want to do in this game, as they have as Falcon eSports have so much CC. If VU4 are clumped up, they can have just change CC all the team for a long time.
At the same time, they have to be careful not to be poked down. And Ornn ultimate comes in, Arlight flashes over the pillow, and it's a big engage from Infrex, 3-man knock up into, well, Deity just picks up kills, gets one, will get the double kill. Now, Lattelecom not killing anyone with his ultimate, and that's 2-0 for Falcon eSports. They will just push onwards.
Yeah, but they have a big wave crushing into their top lane turret.
And well, Arlight stepping in the trap, uses his Seraphs and will just walk around.
Yeah, they are going to pick up the second tier turret, but I don't
They
see
might
them
go
open
for the
it.
bottom inhibitor actually, if they do not get to mid lane.
Yeah, but it's really hard to clear waves against Caitlyn, Xerath, and Ornn. So most likely they won't be able to do anything. If they want to like really open up the base, they have to wait for Baron. As yeah, it's really hard to deal with the wave clear from Xerath and Caitlyn.
And at this point, Yaft will Yaft just needs tankiness, and maybe after his next item, which is I have no clue what he's building. Maybe Randuins. It seems like that it could be Randuins. By the Giant's Belt plus the Cloth armor. He could go for the ZZ portal, making it even harder to push down the lanes, because that's all they need. They just need time at this point.
Yeah, all they need. Time is their biggest enemy right now, as well,
Or their biggest ally.
or biggest ally. I don't even know which is the right one.
Now, 1.5 minutes till the Baron buff, till the Baron. So, yeah, after Falcon eSports pick that up, if they do, then it's going to be pretty rough. Now, only thing VU4 need to be concerned right now is not getting caught out.
Yeah, and same for Falcon eSports. If they get caught out, then it's a Baron for VU4, and then this is a game that that VU4 can just try and win again, as now they have to survive as long as they can.
And Chofilo going for the latest trend in Trundle builds, which is Zeke's Harbinger, and with the buff on the Caitlyn, well, he's pretty tanky and provides a lot of damage for his AD carry.
Yeah. But yeah, we can see how Yoft is really has a really bad time clearing the bannered up minions. So they call in Garu to help out with that one. But Falcon eSports are trying to get some vision around Baron, so are trying to do something about that one. Maybe bait in VU4 for a fight, so that they can just try and get the Baron when they get a pickup.
And yeah, Garu pretty deep, a little bit too deep. I think Ornn comes in, and they're going for Deity. Deity has to flash away. Yaft misses his ultimate. Second proc, then they will run away as Sion teleports in. And Infrex pretty low. Goes in deep, but has the ultimate survive.
Yeah,
But Garu is looking for Infrex. Raskar start with his ultimate. Hits one, hits two, doesn't hit the third and the fourth. And Infrex will survive.
yeah, just having those quick feet, was able to dodge everything, but that still is going to be.
Now VU4 goes for Baron.
Yeah, they still can go for the Baron and try and pick that up for themselves, but they are going to.
Or maybe they will just
patch
trap
out someone.
And well, Inafu pretty deep. Puts down his Unbreakable. Telgen from the side. And Telgen gets the first kill on Inafu. Flashes for Aski Karistaya.
Deity just ults in.
Deity ults in, and they will clean up double kill for Telgen. Triple kill for Telgen. 8-1-5 on this Jax.
Inflex picks up one kill for himself, and that is going to be banned for Falcon eSports. And what a turnaround from them. I guess that VU4, yeah, they were just too split up, and Telgen was able to flank and get onto Raskakaristai, and that's something that they don't want to happen. And yeah, just a misplay from VU4. They just gave everything that they gave Falcon Esports everything that Falcon Esports needed them to do. And
they did not commit to one play. They had two members hitting the Baron, two trying to zone, and those two got caught out there.
Yeah, and Infex had the bad engage where he couldn't really do anything. He flashed in but got stunned. Then he used headbutt but got stunned, so he couldn't use his knock-up. And then he was just standing there, took so much damage. That was, I would say, a free Baron for VU4.
And now Falcon Esports will get the Infernal Drake as well. So they will even up on that, and in 6 minutes, the other Drake is going to spawn.
And that's going to be another objective that is going to help out Falcon Esports, but they don't really need it because they already burned through VU4 really quick. So all they need is to negate Wave Clear from VU4.
And Trondheim going for the full supportive build gets the Night's Vow as well. So, well, that's actually a pretty beneficial item for himself as well, as Caitlyn will pretty much heal him in team fights. He will provide a lot of damage to her and a lot of protection.
Yeah, and the Locket also built on Inafu, so Caitlyn has a lot of help. She just has to deal as much damage as she can, and the rest of the squad just have to play as safe as they can and try not to get caught out.
And Caitlyn went for the upgrade on the Ornat match. She has the Molten Edge. Yeah, the Molten Edge, that's how it's called. Now, I don't know if that's the best build over there, since looking at Falcon Esports team, they have no armor. All the armor they have is on Cyan, that's just one Chain Vest. In my opinion, Garu just couldn't have gone for the Blade of Drinking here. And yeah, just melt through their team. Now Daily goes in, Raskakaristai survives Infrex with the combo, and they're trying to carry it away. Counter-Strike stuns only one, and Garu is trying to deal the damage, but he gets deleted by Deity. Now they go in to the Inafu, double kill for Deity. On the other side of the fight, double kill for Telgen, 10 kills on this Jax. And it seems like that it's going to be the game one between Falcon Esports and Vegan Unit 4.
Yeah, and a 32-minute game, I guess, if they finish it off, they should be able to. They have Baron, yeah, they should.
And they even get the kill onto Raskakaristai.
Yeah, so even upgrading the KDAs even more. And that is the first game. And it wasn't close, I would say, but it did go to 32 minutes, so.
It's pretty hard to close out the games versus Caitlyn and Zerath. But yeah, Falcon Esports doing the necessary and going in for fights when they're ahead, even though like they were outnumbered many times. They just played as aggressive as they needed to.
Yeah, and I think Telgen was 10-1-4, so a great game from him.
10-1-5.
10-1-5, so a great game from him. Was able to just deal a lot of damage in the team fights, get on the targets that he needed to get on, and yeah, pressure the map, shut down Chaffewell completely. Chaffewell was irrelevant this game, as yeah, he was behind 2 levels and died a lot, got cut out all the time. So if Chaffewell should go something on a champion that he usually plays, as it didn't seem that Trundle is his type of champion.
Now, if Trundle is open, Telgen will most likely pick it up, especially after this game. Most players in these situations just want to show out their. I would say that Trundle is one of Telgen's main champions, since he has played it even before it was meta, like a long time ago before it was meta. So that's one of his signature champions, and he just wants to show how it's played. So maybe it's going to be banned, and maybe, but yeah, I would like to see Chaffewell on the Jax himself, or on something more aggressive in the jungle.
Yeah, that was game 1 of Falcon Esports versus Vegan Unit 4. We're going to have a small break, so don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with game number 2.
never forgive Lakita for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Pasaules top seriāli. Skaties visas sezonas uzreiz visos tavos ekrānos. Shortcut films. Tikai 6 eiro mēnesī. Shortcut. Tu redzēsi.
You spray. You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
G's than the L. I want more 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 G's than the L. Go rap out till I black out.
Welcome back to the BSL. We are in the second champion select between VU4 and Falcon eSports.
Yeah, VU4 this time is going to be on the blue side, so I want to know what they're going to first pick. As last draft, it seemed like they had the comfort picks on the ADC and the mid laner, but the rest of them, I kind of didn't like it. Well, Yoft isn't the top lane main, so I forgive him for the Ornn pick, that he didn't perform that well. But yeah, Chaffee has to be the one that does the plays, and I think he can't do that on Trundle.
I wouldn't say that Garu was on his comfort pick.
Oh yeah,
we haven't seen him play Caitlyn too much.
Maybe MF will come out.
Maybe he could go for MF, Jhin, something like that. Same Caitlyn, not Caitlyn, but Varus. Varus still playable. So we are going to see an Ornn ban. So a possible Sion first pick on top lane.
Could be, or he could just go with the Cho'Gath against Sion, as he had a good game on Cho'Gath against Siemens 5, and it's a good pickup against Sion.
But at the same time, it's Acidity, so Ilaoi pickup is always there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it would be pretty disastrous. Now, for the bans, we get Ornn, Gangplank, Camille from the blue side, and Rek'Sai, Cassiopeia, and Swain from the red side. So the same bans for the first phase. Oh, not the same. Not the same. We didn't have the Ornn ban.
Yeah, Ornn ban. Yeah.
And Kha'Zix comes in as the first pick, and Chaffee just really wants to take this on his own.
And I think he should. Yeah, I think that's a good pick for him. Maybe I would have liked the Nidalee more, because I think you have more mobility on it, Nidalee, and you're faster. But yeah, still, I like this pick more than Trundle.
And Kai'Sa plus Sion. Will be Sion. Yeah, that's Kai'Sa plus Sion from Falcon eSports, so the same two picks as in the first game.
Yeah, and I'm interested if Arlight is going to go with Karma again. Maybe they'll have the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and just go with the same composition. If VU4 don't ban out those champions. And yeah, it's Cho'Gath against Sion, so I think that's a better matchup for Yoft.
And this time, this time they picked the Alistar for themselves, and Alistar Kai'Sa is a pretty scary pick. So I wonder what will Infrix pick up this time.
Yeah, but still, I think that the Morgana pick is a good counter against Alistar, and I think Inafu's Morgana is good. So I don't know why they have been like shying away from the pick.
Well, maybe they didn't want to. Well, Alistar is super good with Kai'Sa together specifically, so maybe that's the reason. Now, Alistar plus Jhin is also a strong combo, so maybe they will just go for that.
And the first pickup Jax again for Teogen, so he will have that skirmishing jungler again. And the Talia ban against Raska Karstai, so yeah, he is going to be also again target ban.
And Tariq ban, so maybe the last ban is going to be the Braum, and forcing Infrix on something, on a range support.
Yeah, but I think Infrix hasn't had too much problems on range supports. We saw him play Morgana when they played against Caitlyn. I remember something like that. And that was a really good Morgana game, so I don't think that's too big of a deal for them. But yeah, this time I like the adaptation from VU4, for now at least.
And well, the last ban is coming through, and that is Lulu. So an interesting ban, since we haven't seen a lot of Lulu.
We haven't seen, yeah, and Infix as well. He hasn't been playing these like supportive champions, so I don't think I like the ban.
Maybe they thought Arlight would go for Lulu mid for some throwback.
Or maybe Arlight will go Sion mid and Lulu top lane.
And yeah, you mentioned Morgana pickup for Infrix.
And I just think it's this time they have a safer lane. They can farm it out even more. I don't know the AD carry yet, but it most likely won't be Caitlyn. It could be Jhin, and then it's going to be kind of aggressive.
And well, Garu Howard. That'll be an interesting game. We've seen, and that is locked in. Lucian locked in for Garu. So Garu is so far is like 1-1 in the league, I think, because we had one not so successful game from Damas.
Yeah.
He role switched to ADC for one matchup, and last week for Iron Wolves, Optimus picked up the Lucian.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't think that I don't like the Lucian pick. I think they should have went with something. I would like the MF pick even more.
And well, Timo is Vladimir, so that is something. I think we haven't seen Ruska cursed as Vladimir yet.
No, we haven't. And alright, we'll answer with the Karma. So basically the same composition, just a different support. This time they won't have a big engage in the mid game and late game fights that they had last time, but still Morgana can just get some pickups, and then I think it's easier with Morgana to get the pick and then just go for Baron as they did last game.
Well, we'll have to see how that one works out. Till then, we'll take a short break. Afterwards, second game between VU4 and Falcon eSports will take place. Welcome back, and we are in the second game between VU4 and Falcon eSports. First one did go to Falcon eSports in a pretty dominant manner. Now let's see if VU4 has the tools to fight back.
I think that this game, if Falcon eSports can do the same that they did last game, then this is going to be a bit faster. As they don't have the wave clears they had last time, so it's going to be on really their mechanics. If they can win the lanes, or at least try to do something, then they could try and win the game and snowball with the Wushin and the Vladimir. But it's going to be so hard for them. I don't like their adaptation at all now. I think that they're not playing as they usually play, and if they even last game they didn't play as they usually play, and if they would just go back to their old champions, then I think this would have been the most closer matchup.
Well, we can see that the Infrax started with W, which Inafu wouldn't have done. They would have invaded. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. This time Chafilo starts on the top side with his blue buff, while Teogen goes for blue buff as well, but with the help of his team.
Yeah, he just wants to get his clear as fast as he can. Most likely will go for the full clear, he's top side, and he will just be able to pick up the Gromp, and then the Wolves most likely skip Scrugs, and go from there, gank top, or try and gank mid.
And well, bot lane for VU4 will have the early push, and yeah, let's see if they are able to do anything level 2, because well, that's the famous level 2 power spike for Lucian.
Yeah, and the Alistar as well. Both of them have a good engage, or at least Alistar has good engage and Lucian has pretty good follow up. They are looking to try and go for the level 2 all in. Daddy is trying to get the level 2 as well, but the one minion was too healthy, so just spamming emotes now.
Well, on top lane, already with Yaft Yaft had to use his spot pretty early. He get poked down in level 1. I don't know how that happened, but
sometimes happens.
Sometimes happens, yeah. Maybe after he got cheese with since Yaft went to help the jungle-ish.
Yeah, and yes, he didn't have to do anything. And Yaft did get level 2 first, so that's something. But Asti has the wave in a pretty good spot where he could just freeze it at his turret. So Teogen could try and gank top, but they have a vision around top. So yeah, and Asti also pinged out that Yaft has warded Tribush, that it will be hard. But Telgen's going to go through through the river.
And not even taking the crab, but he does get spotted by the ward.
Yeah, but Yoff
will just back away.
Yeah, he is backing away. Wants to see what Telgen is doing, and places a pretty deep ward in the rivers to know if he is coming bot still. But a good pre-ward from who was it? I guess it was from Chaffee that placed the ward in the jungle, so that they would know if Telgen is going through the river.
Yeah, well, bot lane pretty stale now. If action breaks down there, then we are going to see kills, as I don't see either of the teams disengaging successfully. They don't have the champions, but Telgen with the early gank, flash counter-strikes, gets the stun off. Now Q comes in, he's going for the first blood, but will Yup turn around? He doesn't. 1-for-1 though. 1-for-1, and Telgen with the first blood again.
Yeah, Telgen gets first blood, but did trade his life, and I would say that is worth. Now Sheffield did go through the jungle, checked out that it is taken, is waiting for the Grom to spawn, as it is going to spawn right now. Is going to steal that away from Telgen. So, and Telgen is going there, so he will not see Sheffield, but yeah, he won't be, except for wolves, as they should spawn now as well.
And on top, Yup. Well, that wasn't the worst case that could have happened. He could have just died there. Now, Astley still has the teleport, so, and he's pretty healthy, so nothing's going to happen to him either. Now, on bot lane, Deity with clutch. Void Seeker spots out Chaffee, also will force him to back now.
Yeah, but Telgen did go for Vertical, so he'll be able to pick up Wolves now, then Raptors, and then go for a gank, or just go pick up these Krugs. And that is one of the advantages that you have when you go full core, as your jungle creeps spawn in a really nice pattern for you to just full core it again.
Well, Raska Karstaya uses the teleport mid. Now, I don't see anything happening in this lane on mid lane, at least 1v1. Well, for the 1v1, since I don't see the world where Arlight gets the solo kill on Raska Karstaya and vice versa.
Yeah, both Arlight has a lot of knowledge about Vladimir, so you should know the limits of Vladimir, as he has played it a lot. So I would say that Arlight has the advantage there. But maybe Raska Karstaya has played Vladimir a lot.
And a possible 2v2 on top lane now. Chaffilo goes into the bush. Telgen goes through the dry brush. He's trying to bait him because he saw him. And now Acidy goes all in. Acidy goes all in. Chaffilo jumps on the Telgen. Now it's going to be a counter-strike stun for Telgen. And Yup is the first one falling. Yup didn't even use his ultimate in 2-for-0 for Falcon eSports on top.
Yeah, I guess they didn't know that Jax is really good in those skirmishes, and that Kha'Zix doesn't have such a great time in them at the start of the game, where he just wants to kind of farm up, get the items, and try and get some like solo kills, some assassinations. So yeah, they just throw the small lead that they had. I would call that the lead.
And well, bot lane going all in, forces the flash from Deity.
Yeah, Inafo did use his ignite, so they don't have too much kill pressure now. If they can heal up enough back, then they could try and 2v2 this. But yeah, Inafo and Garo should have the upper edge in this lane, as they have a lot of early damage.
And they have the sustain with Alistar as well. But yeah, probably we won't see any kills on bot lane right now. Maybe on level 6. Garu could try to snipe down Deity with his ultimate, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And Deity doesn't want to risk it, he'll just back off in time.
Yeah, doesn't want to die there. His team has a good lead now, so he doesn't want to throw it. Doesn't want to be the one that gets the boot afterwards. So plays it safe. He doesn't have to rush anything as well. He just wants to get items. As Inafo goes on to Infix to stop.
And they might go for this. The back shield lasted a little bit too long. He had an idea in his mind, but didn't go through.
Yeah, Infix. They wanted to stop Infix from freezing the wave, so that
Yeah, well,
they
they did that.
much. And they did that. They did lose some creeps, so not too bad from them.
And yeah, already something like 15 CS lead on bot lane. So pretty Delusion pick working out so far.
Alright, this is me now getting gagged by Chaffee. Chaffee does flash onto him, and Alright is going to most likely die.
The shield comes in, and Lattelecom secures the kill.
Yeah, with the flash, and that is the summoners off of Lattelecom and Chaffee for Alright's flash, and a good pickup from Vegan Unit 4, getting to God to cut out him and giving the kill to Vladimir so that he could try and maybe continue the snowball. And yeah, they have had a pretty good start, I would say, except the 2v2 on top lane.
Well, let's see if Garu and Inafu can somehow snowball this small lead they have, but versus Morgana they'll just be constantly pushed in.
Yeah, but Daddy now has got a bit of the minions back. Isn't far too. Okay, well, yeah, 11 CS is still pretty bad.
Well, it's
not too bad in this line.
I would say that Kai's skill is much better than Lucian, but all now that is the skill matchup, and the fights will also be easier for the Kai's. Now on top lane, another 2v2. Now teleport comes in from the Vladimir, and that's going to be a turnaround. Karma doesn't have the ultimate, doesn't have the teleport yet. They're going on Chafilo, and Tailgame will get the kill, and they're going further. Lattelecom with the kill on Tailgame.
Yeah, and Deity and Infex meanwhile were fighting it against Garu and Inafu, and Inafu pretty well had to use his flash as well. So a good play from them as well. A good reaction TP from Lattelecom. Arla did not use his, so they still have the potential to use that as one of their plays.
And this time Yaft, on a more comfortable champion for himself, is able to do something to fight back versus the Sion. And well, he will outscale the Sion massively in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so
if it goes that far.
So he just wants to keep farming it out. He can always stop the knockup from Asadi with his silence, so that's a good thing for him. But yeah, you have to pretty low on mana, but won't be punished because yeah, Asadi also doesn't have too much of it.
Well, they both have the catalyst, so if they just stick around, they'll be able to just get the mana back.
But they are going to onto Lattelecom. He does use pull, but still gets bind.
And well, Lattelecom tries to survive. Now Tailgame gets another kill, but another time he just trades it with his own life. Arlight is running away. Chafilo does not have the smite or the leap.
Yeah,
the flash or leap.
Yeah. So he won't be able to get that kill. So trade for a jungler for mid laner. This time Tailgame won't have only one death, as he is just like suicide bombing in. The suicide bomber that just goes in, gets the kill, but dies at the same time.
Well, let's just hope he will start to trade it like 2 for 1, not 1 for 1 at all times.
Yeah. But it does seem like the priority in bot lane has shifted. As Deity and Infex now seem like they have the lead there.
And both AD carries going for the same build. Well, at least for the same first item.
Yeah.
As Deity showed that he goes well, Ginsu second. But I would say that crit benefits, yeah, Lucian more. And the first one item bounce back is going to be bigger for Lucian. Yeah, as we can already see.
Yeah, as he with the EQ does so much damage if he can land it. But Kaisa can use her E to get out of the Q damage if she is crafty enough. So it's going to be a skill matchup there. As Tailgame is on the bot side, might want to go for the gank bot lane, but is just going to pick up the Scuttle Grab to secure more vision around there.
And maybe just go for the Solo Drake. An early Ocean Drake would be a massive ally to the top lane at this point. Since there has not been like a lot of 1v1 action, or will probably not be. It's like a sustained battle.
And this time, Chaffee hasn't fallen behind as much as he did last game, so we already can see if Chaffee doesn't fall behind, Vegan Unit 4 know how to like play, as And yeah, because last game when Chofiwall fell behind, they still tried to like make the plays that they shouldn't have.
And Yofta already having successful trades against Acidy. And yeah, winning them slowly but surely. Now that is going to change as soon as Acidy gets the banner of command.
Yeah.
Since it's pretty hard with, well, it's actually not hard with Cho'Gath to clear the minions. He can just one-shot them with his ultimate.
Yeah, he can eat the banner up minion. So that's a pretty good.
And well, Chofiwall going in, forces both flashes, and now Lucian gets binded, and he's not able to redirect the culling.
Yeah, so won't do too much damage, but daily pretty low. You'll have to back off. That is just going to be some XP and minions as he loses to the turret. As Chofiwall and Raskarste could go for the Drake now. Telgen is topside, so as he will walk over the ward, then he should be able to just start the Drake.
And Telgen again on top lane now. Yav does not have the ultimate or anything. Acidy even ults away, as he thought that Yav did have the ultimate. He just wanted to be safe at this point, and wow.
Yeah,
Yav did not go for Drake.
Yeah, Acidy tried to ult Yov there, but Yov had flash, so he just flashed over, and that put Acidy in a bad spot to continue the dive. And meanwhile, Inafu together with Chofiwall and Garu.
And Garu will get the solo gold here, so that's pretty big for Lucian. Lucian needs all the gold in the world to stay relevant, as it is a pretty snowbally champion. Although the late game is not the worst for him, especially versus Kai'Sa, since both are really low damage junglers. But some action going in. Telgen 1v2. Arlight coming from the side. Telgen has to flash away and uses Blast, going to secure his path now. Raskarste might go for something, but Arlight just uses the binding, the falls to resolve.
Arlight is going to die though.
And Arlight will die to Raskarste.
Yeah, Chofiwall did so much damage there, and that's what they want. They just want to find these solo targets, isolated targets, and so that Chofiwall can just burst so much damage out of them. And
I got so surprised that I always thought that Karma's W is Tether or something like that.
Oh.
Like forced resolve. Does not make any sense.
But Inflex and Daily are going to now go top line to match Garu and Inafu.
And they have to be careful, because if they do not get the early jump on, even if they do, Garu can heavily outdamage the AT at this point of the game.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard. Right now we see Vegan Unit 4 being in the lead, and usually when they're in the lead they know how to keep the lead growing I mean, and then finish off the game from there. So
now Chofiwall looking for some plays, has the flash Q. If he wants to, but they get spotted now. Flash Q misses, and yeah, Chofiwall just luring around.
Yeah, but Raskarste in the middle and getting ganked by Telgen and Acidy. It's going to be able to escape that one, but Acidy is TPing top lane and will not finish that, as yeah, Garu and Inafu do not commit to the dive. That is going to be the mid lane turret picked up. And now Falcon eSports is in a bit of a pickle here, as everybody is just running for them.
Yeah, but it's going to be another 3v3. Acidy does have the ultimate, so not much there. We have to see if yeah, Alsta also does. Garu had to back off, and still in the CS lead, 180 CS already.
Yeah, a lot has more CS than minutes. Usually in BSO we don't see that too often, and so it's nice to see that some players know how to farm.
Plus he got the soloed gold on the turret, which we don't see a lot in BSL as well.
Yeah, usually they split it amongst all the players, so giving Garu all the tools.
And well, they're going in on Deity. Deity has to flash away, heal comes through, and will they get it? One more hit would have done that, and the Ignite doesn't finish Deity off. And they have to be careful.
Yeah, and this was a really close fight. Well, not, I mean, I don't mean a close fight.
A close call.
A close call, yeah. As Diddy almost died there, Infix wasn't standing in front of the cooling, so they
He would have died as well.
yeah, but
It's like
in the end, both of them survived. Teogen tried to protect the turret as much as he can by smiting one minion. Did not scare them away with that maneuver.
now I want to see what Garu goes as the Zeal item. Will it just be the static shield or rapid cannon
Or Phantom Dancer.
so many options, or maybe Hurricane?
Hurricane, yeah, for the
Hurricane
split push.
Lucian going for the Rage Blade of his own.
Could be, could be. Teogen is trying to pick up the Rift Herald, but Vegan Uniform will not let that slip by, as Sheffield is already there. They are looking
And
for a fight.
teleport comes in from Yaft, so they want to contest this.
Yeah, 2 teleports burned out for Rift Herald. I don't know if that was worth for, well, it depends on how much they'll be able to do.
And
with
will
it.
they get this at the end? This might misses, and Herald resets. Now it's going to be a big fight. Colin comes through. Teogen in trouble, jumps a little bit too deep. Will he survive this? And he doesn't. Garu gets the first kill. Garu gets rooted, and Deity with his ultimate in and finishes off Garu. Now it's a turnaround from Falcon eSports. Inafu tries to hold Deity away, but double kill comes in for the Kaiser. Rusky Karster barely surviving now in the middle of action. Yaft comes in, flashes ultimates, and gets the feast on Kaiser. Now they're going forward, back and forth fight. Sion gets the kill on Rusky Karster with his shield popping off. Now will Yaft get Acidy? He just has to get the knock up, and now it should be enough, but Acidy flashed away. And yeah, Acidy will live. And what a fight from both of the teams.
So it's 3-4-3. Both of them come out even in the trade, but yeah, a really close fight. And that's something that Vegan Unit 4 should be scared of, as they had the lead on the Lucian, but Lucian was not able to deal as much damage as he needed in that team fight as Teogen went on him. Then the bind landed from Infix, and because the bind was there, that he was able to ult him and finish off the kill. So Garu has to play a bit more safer in the team fights if they want to win them.
And we got the answer of the Zeal item, and he did go for the Phantom Dancer, which is super good versus the same Jax and Kaiser.
Yeah, as both of them just want to jump on him, and that would just help him to peel back a bit, and of course he'll take a bit less damage.
And there's going to be a big difference for the lifesteal items between Lucian and Kaiser. Kaiser will probably go for the Death's Dance at the end of her 3-item spikes, while Lucian has options. He will most likely go with the Mercurial Scimitar, but he can also go for Death's Dance if he wishes to do so.
Yeah, could be. Teogen is going to give the blue buff to Arwhite, so good guy Teogen there. Will give him the tools he needs to try and keep up with the push.
And a much closer game than game 1. The gold is dead even, but Vegan Unit 4 is leading in turrets.
Yeah, and they are going to try and catch out Yoft now, as Acidy is going around. Teogen's also there.
And well, Chaffilo is coming. Will they turn this around? Chaffilo tries to slow down Teogen, and Teogen gets knocked up, so it's a free escape path for Yaft.
Or is it? As Acidy lands the ultimate and Deity roams to
Deity
help
comes
out.
in, and that is surely a dead Yaft. Teogen secures the kill.
Yeah, but now, meanwhile, Raskarsta has been split pushing top lane, so he'll be able to deal a lot of damage there. But yeah, Acidy does use the TP to get those minions killed.
And Teogen on the split push duty has the Trinity Force finished, so he can smack the turrets
But
pretty fast.
Raskarsta goes in 1 versus 3.
And well, Colin comes in, but the shield from Seros will be enough.
Infix does fall to Chaffilo though.
Yeah, will be enough for Arlight, but not enough for Infrex. Now, this is what they have to do. They have to go for those messy skirmishes and not the big team fights.
Yeah, but Teogen is still keeping up the split push, so you will pick up 2 turrets there, as Falcon eSports is going to trade the mid lane turret for that.
Will he pick up 2 turrets? And yeah, he will.
But will he
Nah.
escape now?
He should, maybe.
Okay,
He flashed away.
Yeah, okay, so he will. But the flash is used, so he won't have that for the next team fight. At least I think so. Maybe the next team fight is going to happen in 5 minutes.
And next team fight is going to be pretty big. Lucian with 2.5k in the bank. will have a big recall, probably BF sword, and, well, if he's going for that third. There's also an option where he could go for the second zeal item, but yeah, not likely because he likes the raw ID. Lucian has great scalings on the abilities, but yeah, without armor penetration, the ultimate will not deal that much on the tanks, on the Scion, on the Jax, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, Chappy Wall looking to find somebody. They are going to go on to Deity.
And Deity in trouble. Deity just used his ultimate now. Unstoppable Onslaught will hit Yaft, a big stun from Yaft. And, well, he's going to be the first one. Fall Deity picks him up. Inafu with a flash Q completely throws Deity away. Now, he needs to get away. Now, is there anything that the Solution can do in this fight? It seems like not. He just used his ultimate. And now, Falcon Esports will go for the Baron.
Yeah, and it's really hard for Lucian to deal damage in team fights. That's why a lot of people went with the lethality build when it was popular on Lucian, because you could have ulted the some target and you would deal a lot of damage in the team fight that way. But with the crit,
and well, they are trying to turn this around. Chafilo will be the first one to fall. Ratki Karistayo uses the pole and Acidy almost falling, and he does fall. Now Garu dodges everything and he wants to go in, but it's pretty dangerous to do so.
Yeah, if
I would have done it.
Yeah, I know
probably died.
I know that you would have done it.
Garu has both summoners, so yeah, it was a free quadra kill for him there.
Yeah,
just
well,
go in.
Yeah, kinda. I agree, because Acidy was dead, so they didn't have the tank and most of the CC. He would have just needed to dodge the binding and Teogen's stun, and he would have could have went for the quadra kill. So there, Garu.
The danger plays.
Yeah, the danger plays. From Dirk Danger.
Live at BSL.
Live at BSL, and now they are, Falcon Esports are looking to play the vision game around Baron to get as much as they can. And
Yob going for the solo Drake, and he'll get an extra consumed stack for this. And that's pretty good, because he already got the 6 stacks from minions and only one from champion. And here comes 8 stack, and every stack mattered from Cho'Gath. And if he gets to that point where he can snowball them, like you get so many stacks that you can one-shot the enemies, then it's pretty hard to play against that.
Yeah, but Amino on team phase, he hasn't had the greatest time, as Kai'Sa has been able to do so much damage to him. So if he can get some more tank items to deal with Kai'Sa's damage, then
but how can you deal with Kai'Sa's damage?
Well, there surely must be a way.
She has like mixed damage all over the world. He could try to go for the Frozen Heart, as it would be a great item versus the Jax and the Kai'Sa, but well, it's a slippery slope because he will not have the HP to one-shot the targets. And Falcon Esports going for the Baron again. Now,
they are going to
all going in, binding misses, and yeah, they're going to back off from it. Yeah. Calling will deal absolutely no damage, as Mantra Shield from Karma will just save everyone.
Yeah, and they're just now trying to bait out as much abilities as the ultimates as they can from Vegan Unit 4. And if they can do so.
Yeah, we get another pause, another DC from Infrix.
Unlucky. Internet.
Internet issues. Well, that's what happens, especially like sometimes it's not even the internet's fault. Like there have been like weird patches that have made like some connections not so good, but maybe that's just Infrux's internet. Yeah, so who knows?
Who knows? He had some problems the last game as well, so.
But well, at least it was not in the middle of the team fight and only in the taunting phase where both teams just face each other and tries to throw out the most emotes so the enemy team engages. Yeah. It's pretty hard for either of the team to properly engage this one. I would say that, yeah, and well, we're back in the game, and back in action. They turn back to Baron. Now let's see what they can do. Acidy getting pretty low half HP, uses the unstoppable onslaught. It's not going to hit anything. Chafilo from behind Roski Kirstein with a big Vladimir ultimate. Will he survive? He does not.
Enough with the 3-man.
3-man. 3-man knockup. Chafilo gets tail again, and Deity somehow survives. Garu super low, is not able to participate in the fight. Now Voidseeker misses, so he will survive that one. Yaft still healthy. Could look for kill there. Gets the knockup, gets the silence, and gets the feast on Infrex.
Yeah, so that's 2 for 2?
Yeah, 2 for 2. And now Falcon Esports will not be able to go for the Baron, as Teugen is dead.
Yeah, as Teugen is dead, and Deity wasn't healthy enough as well. But Garu was sent bot lane to deal with the big wave that was there.
And yeah, Garu with the 3-item spike right now will probably farm a bit more and get his first lifesteal items if he wants to get some. Because in most of the fights he just gets poked down and he's unable to continue the fight.
Yeah, he could go for 2 zeal items now and pick up the static, not static shoot, but rapid fire cannon, so that he would have better higher range, and then he would have 100% crit strike, so that would deal a lot of damage if he can do it to, let's say, R-White or Deity, if he could land that static shoot proc.
Or Infrex as well. Infrex is pretty squishy.
Yeah, and that would be big, but I think now he needs some, I would say he needs Blade of the Ruin King to help out with Teugen and Nasty.
He's going for something interesting, taking the pickaxe, so maybe going for the Dead's Dance.
Could be.
That's the only thing I see, unless he goes for double Infinity Edge.
Yeah, but they do. Vegan Unit 4 start the ban. Acid did use TP, so they just peel off, and that is a summoner taken away from them, so they can't split push now. But there is a big wave on bot lane. So
and with the banner of command minions, so now Falcon Esports is
in the driver's seat.
With the pressure, and they will just start it because Vegan Unit 4 has to decide what they want to do.
Yeah,
they either back or they fight for the Baron.
Yeah,
now the binding lands unstoppable onslaught as well. Raskarista uses that.
But Yoft is almost dead.
And Yoft's almost dead. He will survive somehow. Now Infrex is going to fall to Garu. Garu is carrying away from Acidy. Will they return the kills? Deity with the double kill is looking for Yoft. Yoft does not have the Varmex. I thought he had the Varmex that healed pretty much. Now Garu, the last man alive. And will he survive? He will not. Arlight barely surviving, double kill for the Karma. And now Falcon Esports are just pushing down the mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to push down mid lane. A big wave bot lane that is going to most likely pick up the turret with the banner minion. And that it could be the inhib opened up mid lane.
Both inhibs maybe, because 25 seconds till Garu responds.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big lead. But if Falcon Esports overstay too much, then Vegan Unit 4 could try and just rush for the Baron.
Well, I don't think they will have the option here now. Falcon Esports will just back off, will not try to go for the double inhibitors. And yeah, that was probably the smart move here. And now they have all the pressure on the Baron. Acidy has Banner of Command again off cooldown. He can use it again on bot lane and rinse and repeat.
Yeah, they can just try to. They have so much vision around Baron as well. So right now, Vegan Unit 4 have 0 vision around Baron. So they want to get some. They will move as a unit to clear out the pink wards that are placed there. 4 pink wards around Baron, and they are going to just start it. Oh no! Okay, no, they won't.
And they wanted to clear out the vision fully, but Infrex used his pool to aggro the Baron, so they couldn't stay there.
Yeah, now 4 of them are going to stay around Baron, while Teugen will sneakily pick up the Drake.
It's Infernal Drake on top of everything.
Yeah, so I would say a good play from them. And after that, Infrex, if Teugen could try and just go for the bot lane inhibitor, if they try and go for the Baron.
And it seems like Vegan Unit 4 does not know what to do here. They try to engage an Acidy, but well, that's not going to bring you any success.
Well, they want some CC, some damage, but yeah, not doing too much yet.
And well, Acidy goes in, gets the ultimate on Yaft only. Yaft is a meat tank, but not enough for Kaiser's damage.
Yeah, Kaiser doing so much damage.
And Telgen might be caught out here, uses the ward jump to get away. And now Falcon eSports starts the Baron.
Yeah, but Telgen is not there, so Jaffiwall could try and steal this away. But the
binding lands and Deity secures the kill.
Yeah.
Already 10 kills on the Kaiser, and that is Baron for Falcon eSports.
Yeah, and that they could try and end the game here.
Well, Telgen trying to 1v Maraska style, 1v2 actually. Now Lucian's coming in from the side. Will he get the kill? Raski Karistai survives now. Telgen going in further and is still alive.
He just deals so much damage.
And he will get Garu as well. The Conqueror Jax is just too much for Vegan and 4 to to swallow.
And that's what Karma is. Just this supportive mid laner that doesn't get any prizes about her and praise, not too much praise for her plays, because what she does is gives the ult shield to Telgen or Deity, and they just go in and try and kill everybody that they see.
Well, Chafilo gets Deity there.
Yeah,
but they will not be able to defend the base. And yeah, 2-0 for Falcon eSports, and a pretty interesting series, I would say. First game, Falcon eSports just snowballed their lead, and second one it was much closer.
Yeah, second game, Chaffiwall didn't fall behind too much, and it does seem if you can shut down Chaffiwall and make him fall behind, then VU4 don't really know what they should do and what they can do. So that's one of their weaknesses that we have found out about.
Yeah, and well, looking at damage, same as in the first game, Kaiser dealing just tons of it. Most damaging game, both of the games. And well, this time Telgen might not have the best of the early games, but he got the kills regardless of him dying.
Yeah, he got kills, got enough, got the lead to get the Cinderhawk and Trinity Force that we don't usually see from Jax's. Usually they just go full tank. And with that, he was got the Karma Shield, and he was able to go ham. Didn't care about anything. He was like, I don't know, like 20%. He was able to almost to one-shot Lucian. So a good game from Falcon eSports, and yeah.
And yeah, not much to add. Only thing is that Yacht had a much better game, but it was not enough. As they couldn't snowball the lead. But well, it's Cyan versus Shogat, and it was pretty even. Now, the Lucian pick almost worked out. At one point, it seemed like that it could be the answer to Falcon eSports, but not this game.
Yeah, it didn't have the range. Telgen could easily just jump onto Lucian, and so he wasn't able to deal damage from a safe position all the time. So that was the big problem, and. Yeah, this is they went 2-0. Falcon eSports now have cemented their standings, so they have to play against Imantis 5 and NACL, I think. Those are their two last matchups, so it does seem that they will be one of the teams that go to the LAN. And if you want to go and support the teams that are going to go to the LAN and see other stuff that there are going to be, the early bird tickets end today. So don't hesitate. Go to the link in the description. Buy the tickets while they are cheaper.
Yeah, the last day for early bird tickets. So do not miss your chance to do so. For now, this was the first matchup, and
we'll be back with Iron Wolves versus Public Enemy.
Yeah.